Hey, what's going on, all? Wow, listen to that. There we go. Hey, welcome back to KvltDeFi, everyone. This is the channel where we bring you the latest and greatest in innovations and tech in decentralized finance, quite specifically on the Pulse chain, and even more specifically in the Dev Jacob ecosystem on Pulse chain. Really, thanks very much for joining me again. This is now going to be the regular every Tuesday update session. Really, there's a lot to cover. There's always a lot to cover. That's what I think is so great about what we do. Really, you know what it's like in crypto. You know, a day's worth of information is a week or 2 weeks worth of information in the real world, should we say. It's absolutely mental. There's some really big things happening, and one of the things I have to say is on PulsePredict now you can bet on the Donald Trump Kamala Harris election. It's big news. This is actually quite an achievement, I have to say. It's been, and again, this is one of the things that came along because the community were asking for it. You guys were asking and asking and asking, and Jacob did it. And here we go. We we have it. We'll bring up the screen in a minute so we can actually have a look at everything. But while we're waiting, let's have a quick look at the chat. Who have we got? So we've got more Hex. Hey, how you doing? Place your bets. Exactly right. Place your bets. It's really, really big. I think this is cool, especially because this is like a really long-term bet. We can see how the long-term bets play out. We haven't had one yet. And who else have we got? We've got my man Moondog. How you doing? Love and light, brother. Love and light. Yeah, so really big news. It's PulsePredict. PulsePredict is making some moves. Let's bring up the screen here while we have a look. Yeah, look at that. 2024 election. I think this is for us. I think this is huge news. We've already seen today. Crypto Coffee, Matt from Crypto Coffee. He put this out today to let everyone know that what was going on. We've already started to see some bets coming in. I mean, really, this is just a few hours now that this has been up, and we've already got a few players. $124 in the pot so far. Now, look, this goes on until the 5th of November, right? So I think by the time we get there, I mean, I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. How big do you think this pot is going to get? I think we're going to start to see a hell of a lot of traction as we start to move forward. And one of the great things, obviously, is that we have a lot of time to pump this, to push it, to get it out there. You know, we already saw when PulsePredict first really came around, and the site was launched, and we were betting on March Madness and all that sort of thing. There was a lot of eyeballs on us. The community were really behind us, actually, quite a lot, and that in itself, I think, is something which is we're going to start to see ramping up again. I can say that the Predict token that we were expecting really to go live a few days ago, it's been pushed back, which, to be honest, I think we all knew that. I think we all kind of anticipated that was going to happen. And the reason is that the infrastructure still isn't there, right? We still don't have an Oracle. But, okay, I can drop a bit of news. So I was on a call with Jacob yesterday, and we were chatting to some people. And Jacob started talking about this Oracle. And apparently, the Oracle is pretty much ready to go live, I think, any time now. Right, Jacob has thrown his hat in the ring with them and basically said, "Look, I'll help you guys out regarding testing. Make sure everything works." I think he was offered a more larger role in the whole process, but he decided against it because he wanted to try and keep things, absolutely on the. Oh, sorry, I've got bitten by a mosquito. He wanted to keep things, absolutely straight down the line, and really he wants to battle test that as a user as opposed to someone really on the back end. So with all, if Jacob's looking at it and he's going to be rocking and rolling, I think we're going to start to see some great things happen with that too. So hopefully this Oracle now really does what it's supposed to do, because we all want it. We all want this to happen. So it's kind of really important that it hits the ground running, really. But that should be happening now, right? So as long as that happens, then it's good to go. Another bit of news I have decided that I'm going to throw my hat in the ring with Twitch, with streaming on Twitch. Really, it's going to be these streams on Twitch, because as we start to see more things happening with PostPredict, obviously we can have a bit of fun over there with that. As Mafia continues to grow, we can have a lot of fun with that over there. I think opening crates on Twitch, I think, would actually be really good for all of us to get, to really get it out there. It's still a bit of a learning curve for me, because obviously we stream here, we stream on X, and then if I include streaming on Twitch as well, and plus we all know that Twitch demands a lot of interaction from the streamer and the people watching, to have a bit of a conversation. So things might start to take a little bit of a different route. But look, we'll try it and we'll see what happens. If it's something that really kind of doesn't work, then we can just give it up. It's quite simple, really. But if you are here and you are watching us on X, please like and retweet. Stick a comment down there as well, so people can actually see what we're on about. Obviously, follow me. Follow all of our channels, right? So our channels really are PLS Mafia, BNB Mafia, J Pulsepot, PUSDxALGO, PUSDxALGO. What else have we got? BNB. No, geez, we got loads of projects. We got loads of projects. That was also something actually we came up yesterday on the call. Okay, so yesterday, myself and Jacob had a call with a Hexagon community member. He is going to be streaming with Jacob soon. It's been decided it's going to be set up within, I think a couple of weeks away yet. But it's someone that I think would have quite a nice little impact on the things that we do, right? I think it's really because we know that, look, between the streams I've done and the streams Jacob has done, and this, the streams that Superman is doing, on the regular. We're actually getting named quite out there. We really are. There's not a lot of people in the Hex community, I think, that haven't really heard of us. Whether or not they heard of all the various different projects that we have, I don't really know that yet. And to be perfectly honest, I don't really think that matters yet. But we're starting to make waves, guys. We're starting to make waves. People are starting to really take notice, and we just want more of that. So my ask of you guys is really, if you see anything on any social media that references any of our protocols, share them around, like, subscribe. Really, I have to say, once again, this is the second week now coming. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. You guys are absolutely blowing X up with Mafia Talk. It's really, it's nice to see. Archie Capone, you are on fire, brother. Absolutely on fire. Those graphics that you started doing, those AR graphics, are absolutely really well done, Archie. Keep it going. And a lot of the guys have started to share them. I know that you've actually done a lot of those graphics for some of the other families within Mafia as well, which, I mean, I tip my hat to you on that one. That's really good. Those guys are really, they're all thankful as well. You can see it. I mean, they're all saying, that they're all giving you compliments in the Telegram chats and everything. But really, we just got to keep doing what we're doing. We've got some action here in the chat. Who have we got? So, hey, Superman. Yes, the reason I got stuck on BNB Pot is because BNB Pot and Pulsepot are basically the same Telegram, or same Twitter, right? It's J Pulsepot. So here we go. Yes, we got so many projects, and there are more to come. Speaking of which, the move is happening soon. I don't know exactly when, right? But we all know that in order to bring all the casino projects really under one roof, everything is going to be rebranded as onchain.bet. Okay, that's going to be the name. We know that the logo is out there somewhere. I actually had the logo as my own logo there for a while. That is coming soon. So that will basically be BNB Pot, Pulsepot, PulsePredict, any other of the casino launches that happen. I remember there's plans to launch another casino project by the end of this year on a different chain. I believe at the time we were talking about Arbitrum or Radix. That is still in the works. I do know. I mean, for me, let me guys know what you think. But for me, I think it would make sense to try and do this on Base. Right, Base is relatively new chain. A lot of people using it. Low gas fees for now. That could be something as well down the line. But I mean, obviously, everything's going to be rebranded as onchain.bet. And when that happens, There is some stuff that I can't tell you because I don't have 100% information yet. But onchain.bet is going to be bigger than all the stuff that we have going on already, right? So if you have any BNB tokens, BNBP tokens, if you have any PLSP tokens, we know that Predict token isn't even out yet, but if you have a little bag of Predict tokens coming, I personally believe, I can tell you, you don't have enough. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy here who likes to talk about cool projects within DeFi, some things that I think are really cool. And I can tell you that when onchain.bet comes around, we're going to eclipse everything we've done so far. We know that when an Oracle is in place, we have other games coming. We know Superman. When I was talking to you on stream with you on your channel a few months ago, we were saying that, you know, Jacob has solved the problem with decentralized video slots. So when we have good oracles in place on Pulse chain, when we launched the casinos on various different chains, one of the things that Jacob has said is that if you're betting on onchain.bet, you can bet on any of the chain platforms that we have. So, you know, BNB and Pulse chain right now, Arbitrum, Radix, or Base, or something like that in the future. On one site, you'll be able to bet on all of those. It's going to be basically chain agnostic, right? You'll be able to do, you know, you'll be able to bet cross-platform, multi-chain. That in itself is a typical Jacob thing. It's completely new, never been done before, and he's going to do it, right? So I can tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to start working on a little bit of money to put aside and keep building and building and building these bags, because I don't believe, I mean, I had a look actually at the wallet holders of BNBP and PulsePot, and I don't think anyone has enough of these tokens, right? Remember, there's 1 million tokens of each on each chain. If you hold these tokens, obviously when everything gets rebranded, there's going to be a new token, right? So your BNBP won't really exist anymore. Your PLSP won't exist anymore. It'll be an onchain.bet. I mean, I don't know what the ticker is going to be, but if you want to get, you know, as many of those as possible, I would suggest start to put a plan in place, because these things are coming. These things are coming, and the months are starting to run out. The end of the year is pretty much come. I hate to say it. I don't want summer to end actually, but you know, we don't know exactly when that's going to happen. But the plan was always that it was going to be this year. Jacob hasn't confirmed. He didn't confirm yesterday when exactly it's going to be, but it's happening. Right, it's happening. There's so many things. When you look at Jacob projects, this is something that for me personally, the way I look at it, when I look at Jacob projects, timelines, he always keeps the timelines. He does, like he does. But when you think about Jacob and you think about Jacob's projects and especially the tech that's involved, and you know, he's trying to really revolutionize stuff. You know, he brings stuff that hasn't been around before, brand new stuff that's, you know, being introduced, never seen before tech, all these type of things. And these things take time. These things take time to grow and to mature and to flourish. So don't really be thinking, oh, what am I going to do this cycle with the projects? Start thinking maybe next cycle, even the cycle after that. A cycle after that. We know that Mafia itself is kind of, you know, designed to be, you know, to run pretty much for decades. We know this, you know, the casino projects, right? So the casino tech basically means as long as people use the system, these things are burning tokens out of existence forever, right? For as long as there is a blockchain, for as long as, you know, people are just basically using it. So be thinking a little bit more long term. And it doesn't take a lot of money to turn into a big lot of money when you think long term. Right. What's that famous quote by CZ from Binance? I think he said, if you don't have to hold, then you'll never make it, or something like that. You'll never be rich, something like that. Start thinking like that. Start thinking more long term. Obviously, if you want little quick wins, there are many projects out there to make your quick wins on. You know, there are many, and it's happening all the time. I don't know. I think you saw Hexy launch something the other day, where basically you can, I can't remember the name of it, coin.quest, I think it was, where literally you can just create a ticker like that. Send it out there. If it gets to a certain threshold of, I think, market cap or something like that, then you will earn some money from it. And plus, obviously, you'll have your tokens. I see that, you know, there's been a bit of chat about that over on X. I haven't really looked into it. It's probably something that I won't participate in because we have our hands full with other stuff, obviously. There's a hell of a lot of stuff going on. But be strategic. I can tell you now, especially this place in the market, good projects, as soon as we start to see some movement from ETH and then from Pulse, and obviously the court case with the SEC, as soon as we start to see some movement, these things are going to go flying through the roof. Remember what Gift said when we had the Dons meeting? He said, you know, it's I'm going to misquote him, but I can't remember the whole thing anyway. He said something along the lines of, it's not unusual. It's when things are tied liquidity-wise to the main token, in other words, Pulse for us. It's not unusual to see a massive God candle as soon as Pulse starts moving. And that stands true for any of the projects that we have. If you think about it, right, we're tied to Pulse with PLSP, and we know, we've seen that. We've seen that, you know, when Pulse has this little boost, we saw PLSP have a nice little ramp up before. We're going to see the same with Mafia. I know it, even actually BNB Mafia, as you know, BNB is struggling along a little bit. I was looking at the price of BNB actually a couple of days ago, and I think it's hovering around the 550s, 560s. But we saw 620 when we had the little Ethereum boost and stuff a while ago, and that's when Pulse jumped up. So all those things are coming. All those numbers are still coming, right? So if it's a thing that that you're waiting for those type of numbers, you have to wait for the major altcoins to start moving, you know, and then we will start moving along with them. In the meantime, make hay while the sun shines, as they say. So put a plan in place for yourself to really think about what you want to achieve in this cycle, but really what you want to achieve for the next cycle, right? I think that we have a nice few projects that can really ride out this next bear market, if you think about it, right? If PUSDxALGO gets going, Superman, if you're still there, you can back me up on this. When PUSDxALGO launches, and then we start to go into a bit of and then we start to go into the next bear market. If you cash out some of the stuff into that stable, the PUSD coin, you can literally use that protocol to stake some away, earn your flex tokens, pretty much live off your flex tokens, you know, and hopefully by the time the next bull market comes around, you'll have all your stables plus a bunch more that you can reroute into everything. Okay, that's again not financial advice. That's what I'm just thinking out loud. Right. Let's have a look here to protect on the move. Yes. Yeah, I think I've answered that question already. Okay. We are all praying for Pulse. BNB could do well. Yes, exactly. Right. It's happening. That's going to happen. Right. CZ is going to be out. He's going to start doing this thing. And you saw even on the news actually the other day. I think there was some news on X to say that he was. Something happened. I think he went into a halfway house or somebody was saying, and we saw a little boost. We saw a little price tick. It's going to happen, right? And think about it, right? So that's happening September. Then we have SEC and RH in October. Then hopefully we'll have the on-chain and stuff like that, and we'll have Mafia coming around. So really now we're going back heavy into this year. The back end, the arse of this year is going to be pretty busy times. Pretty busy times. And the good thing about pretty easy times is we still have all of 25. I think we'll have all of 25% doing something. Things haven't started moving yet, but according to all the charts that I see other people pushing on, saying I don't really look at them, but if you look at the cycle charts, that, you know, everyone keeps posting cycle charts, and according to those charts, we're kind of on board where we're supposed to be. So just keep doing what we're doing, keep your head down, keep your powder dry, and the world will still turn, as they say. What do we got here? So yeah, there was there any talk on the update yesterday? PUSDxALGO, no, it wasn't about that. It was actually, we were talking to a post-chain influencer, not just an influencer, creator actually as well, founder as well, pretty clued up guy, and we were really explaining what Mafia was. He wanted to know what Mafia was before, because I reached out to him asking if we could do a stream together, and he said, okay, let's have a discovery call first, basically, to really see where we are. And the results of that call, I mean, there was myself and Jacob and this guy and another one, his associate, and we had a good hour conversation, really, yeah. And he likes it. I don't want to say he loves it, right? I mean, I don't know, but he likes it, and he's going to be streaming with Jacob very soon. I hope that that stream is going to be a bit more in-depth. I know there's a lot of people asking some in-depth questions, stuff that we don't really all know about yet, because we kind of do the high-level stuff unless we have Kool-Aid. By the way, Kool-Aid is a Burning Man. I've seen some pictures that he put up. He seems to be having a great time. But he'll be back with us next week. Speaking of him back with us next week, the poll that I put up on Telegram asking about the next Dons meeting, I asked a question: shall we open the Dons meeting up to the leadership team? So basically, the Godfather, or the Consigliere, or the Capodesina, should we open up to those? Because I know some of the Dons like to, you know, they don't really like to jump on themselves personally. They like to send someone else, like we had on the last one. But yes, it was a resounding success. I think it was like, I don't know, I haven't got my Telegram open, but I think it was around 60% said, yeah, go for it, with opening it up to everyone. So we're going to do that. So we'll wait for Kool-Aid to come back, because he is leadership team of the Gearheads, and then we'll set that up. I would like to do it, I think maybe if we try and go for Wednesday, I'll ask everybody obviously, but I think if we try to do it for Wednesday next week, because Tuesday would be this regular call, this regular stream, and then Wednesday we can get that hopping. I think that'd be pretty fun. And yeah, in the meantime, I'll be asking you guys all over the socials what you think we should be asking those guys. If there's any questions that you specifically want to ask from any of the families, let me know, and I will make sure that happens. If it's a thing that you are wanting to join a family but you don't know which one as yet, feel free to come in. I'm sure, again, we'll probably see a little bit of a recruitment drive that will be happening over there. On that call, and obviously you'll be able to ask any question, because we'll have people really on the spot, if you want to put it that way, and that's from anyone on the outside that doesn't really have a family to do yet. I hope that you all watched the stream, sorry, it wasn't actually a live stream, it was an AMA that I did with Cryptosfera, the Polish guy. His name is Adrian. Adrian he covers a lot on post-chain. He's kind of a post-chain centric kind of guy. On his channel, he has a few thousand people that are over there. He has his own Telegram channel as well, and I think he's got about 800 or 900 people in there, really for the Polish community. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of Polish hex guys. So we did our little AMA, and he put subtitles in for all his guys, and he sent it out. Those numbers are quite good. I've been asked a lot of questions in the Telegram directly from people in his group now as well. So they're really, we're starting to reach out to those guys too. I do know that Cryptosfera, actually, I was surprised on the AMA that he has a profile, Cryptosfera, and he is a member of the Grand Clan. Hansi, if you're out there you go. You've got an influencer in your family who we didn't really know about until a few weeks ago. I mean, I reached out to him because I saw some of his other stuff, and we made it happen. It's good times. But okay, let's get back to post predictors very quickly. Okay, so we have this happening. I saw I think it was Max that started posting about this as well. We need to keep this going, right? We need to really keep this going. I would really like to see, every time I open this up, so let's say on a weekly thing like this, we'll open up so we can all discuss it. It would be great to start seeing these numbers start pumping up. I do know that it will happen. But right now we're starting to see who's in the lead. Who is in the lead? Do we think that's really going to happen, or do we think that's for a bit of crack? I would think that's for a bit of crack, personally. I don't think anyone that's in crypto really wants Harris to win, to be perfectly honest. The Democrats really haven't come out and said that they're anything positive for the crypto community. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see about that one. Yeah. We will have to just wait. Let me go back there. Look at that. I like this new background. So what else we got? Archie, do you think Mafia will actually launch this year? Okay, great question, Archie. Okay, I have spoke to Jacob, or I was, yeah. Okay, Jacob said that from all of the launch stages that we have for Mafia, obviously the map is the biggest one, right? So, but the map will be coming soon, right? So it's actually a work in progress, and most of the difficult parts are already done. So we know that's coming. Jacob said that everything up until the map, so all the stages up until the map, were actually the difficult parts. So after that, it's kind of like everything will build up a bit of speed. I think he said that each of the other stages, once a map is out, each of the other stages will probably take about 2 weeks each. So base your numbers off of that. Okay, that's what I'll say. So yeah, so once the map is out, each of the other stages will probably take about 2 weeks apiece. So there you go. I hope that answers your question, Archie. We could talk about it. What else we got? So all hell, all hell on Archipelago. Yes. The protectorate, or is it the directorate? Yeah, Hex token. Hey, what's up, Sith Master Hex? Moondog. Or just skip my question. Which one was your question? I thought I answered it. DGen Hex, where are you? Was that a question? You wrote that. Was that a question? Okay, so what was this? So maybe mid-November for Mafia launch. Well, yeah, once the map is out, each other stage will take approximately 2 weeks. Now, listen, plus minus any other roadmap, any other things happening in the meantime, we know, okay? But that's what the man said. And so, yeah, so, but I mean, look, don't hold me to it, because I don't know. Yeah, okay, well, that's as far as we can go so far. Hey, but listen, you know, when I talk to Jacob and I say, hey, can I say this? Can I say this? Can I let people know this? You know, sometimes he says, yes, go for it. Sometimes he says, no, keep it private. So I have to, at least, you know, for now, right? At least for now, until we start to see more things happen. But look, if you think about it, what I said a few minutes ago, we're really starting to backload a lot of the stuff that's happening, right? On chain. Well, obviously, when on chain happens, it's going to be the Kino projects plus PUSDxPredict, right? That's technically all part of the same thing. So it's all coming. All that part is coming. Mafia is coming. Obviously, when this Oracle is out, we can start to, oh my God, when this Oracle is out, we can start to add more games to PulsePot. And I think that in itself is going to be great, right? That in itself is going to be great. I want to see, because the roulette tables over on BNB Pot, I remember, were they, even outside of the jackpot, they were really quite on fire. We saw some really, really big people playing, really big players. I think we will have that again. We'll definitely have that again. And what that means for PLSP is burn, more burn, is absolute more burn. And not only that, every single project that we have and every single bit of projects that we have, it just brings awareness to all the other projects, right? We need to think about this as the ecosystem. What happens in the ecosystem? Yes, one project might not be getting all the love that you expect it to be getting because we don't have the infrastructure, right? But as soon as we do, or even the other projects that come around, as long as we keep talking about them, you keep them alive, right? You really do keep them alive. And don't forget, PUSDxPredict, the fees from PUSDxPredict go back to buying and burning PLSP. That's why I say you don't have enough. However many you have, you think you might have enough. You don't have enough, right? These things are getting burnt out of style. They're going to start getting gobbled up. I can feel it in my water. They're going to start getting gobbled up big time. You don't want to be left behind. Okay, let me just go here, right. That was it. Yes, the directors. So I didn't mean to call it out like that, but but the protector could be another one. Set up another one. Maybe it could be the protector over on the BNB side. One of my buddies just sent me a video listing anticipated games of 2025, and Mafia Old Country was number 2. Different game, but still, yeah. Actually, I saw on X. I think it was on X. I think there's a game on Base that has a ticker Mafia. I think it was on Base. Actually, now even saying that, I'm not even sure it was a game. It might just literally just be token. I can't remember, but there was definitely a ticker Mafia over on Base. I didn't actually really look into it. I think it was. I don't know. I only really noticed it even because on the branding that they had, they just had a Mafia guy, similar kind of AI style pics that we use for our branding, for our marketing. I'm not sure, but if anyone knows about it, hey, let us know. Here we go. Will BNB and Pulse launch together? Yes, they will. They will be. I asked Jacob. I think actually I said this even last week, but I'll say it again. I asked Jacob, what's the story with the launch phase? Are we going to be launching at the same time? Because the big difference between the size of the vault on both games, and he said, look, he said by the time we launch, he said he has full confidence that the vault on BNB it'll reach its 500. It'll reach its 500, and I can tell you that. Knowing everything that's happening, I wanted to get there too. I really want to get there too. Who else have we got here? Hello. Yes, KvltDeFi. Maybe off topic, but what happened to? Thank you, Richard Hart. Okay, if you haven't been around for a while, I'll tell you. So, thank you, Richard Hart was basically the skeleton that morphed into Mafia. It morphed into Mafia, and when it morphed into Mafia, it became bigger. And in my opinion, became bigger and better, right? All of the Thank You Richard Hart contracts are still on chain. Like people, I think, who was it? Archie, you might be able to remind me here. Somebody had an idea a while ago of, building on top of those contracts and actually making the game again. I can't remember. It wasn't a conversation that I was involved in. But I think someone had the idea to do it. But yes, so thank you, Richard Hart. It morphed into Mafia. Check your wallet. You might even have some Mafia tokens waiting for you. Make sure it's the correct contract address. Go into, well, actually, the thank you, Richard Hart's Telegram channel changed into Pulse Mafia, PLS Mafia, right? So if you were in there, you're already in, and check the right contract address and have a look. You've probably got some tokens. If you do, it costs you 2,000 Mafia to set up a channel. To set up a character. You can think about joining a family, or even start your own family. I think starting a family is 100,000 Mafia. I think that's the current number. But if you don't want to start your own family, consider joining a family. Again, ask around in Telegram, because in the Telegram, people are actively recruiting, and there's some good families out there, and there's some families that are really growing. And we had a lot of beef in the beginning, but I'm starting to see people work together now. I think everyone has the same vision now moving forward, because we're starting to get to kind of crunch stage, really. We're starting to get closer and closer to launch. And as that happens, it's going to be big. Is Jacob going to be on the stream next week with the families? I don't think so. I don't. I mean, I'll ask him. I'll send. I'll put the invitation out there. I don't know if he will, though. He might pop in and say hello. Actually, I'll make a note. But it would be cool if he did. Actually, yeah, it would be cool if he did. But I'm not sure. But look, we'll ask. That's all we can do. Can you apply for Mafia to be on Pulse LN? It's a bridge. Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know those guys, but I seem to remember. Actually, I think someone might have reached out to me a while ago regarding PLSP. I'm not sure, but I will have a look and I will get back to you, Dean Hitchkin. Thank you very much for bringing it up. Yes, hey, all the eyeballs we can get on all of our projects are what we need. Really, we have so many moving parts right now, and things kind of do get overlooked. Everyone sort of put their mad focus into Pulse Mafia, and because of that, PLSP wasn't getting talked about as much. But obviously, with the games that we currently have, we're really waiting for the Oracle to come. But look, I'm going to say this now, and I might hurt some of you guys' feelings, okay, some of you out there, but it has to be said, right? If you're waiting for a new game to come on Pulse Pot every week because you think that's going to pump your bags, you're You got a big surprise coming, because that's not how it works, right? We launched Jackpot. Jackpot was doing great. Everybody, literally the second day, I think, or the third day after Jackpot was launched, we're like, oh my God, give us another game, give us another game, right? Because the price action. Then we did Coin Wars was out. Then Plinko again, Coin Wars is out, and then people crying for Plinko. Oh, give us another game, give us another game. Which is, it's kind of the same game, right? It's a 50-50 chance game. It's basically the same game. Basically the same text, just different front end, right? But again, people are crying out, oh, please give us another game, give us another game. And then you got Chain Race. Then Chain Race come out. And then again, oh, give us another game, give us another game. Look, that's not what this is about, right? Yeah, it's about getting more people to use the stuff that we have, putting getting the name out there, doing your bit and pushing it out to other communities, right? That's what this is all about. This isn't a give us something new, Jacob, please give us something new, because the price will start going up. While Pulse is down, while ETH is down and Pulse is down, we're going to be kept down. It will take a hell of a lot of economic energy to get any project on Pulse Chain, to start flying right now, because Pulse is down. Pulse is down because ETH is down, because nothing is moving. So in that meantime, the best thing you can do is get more people in the community to buy their little bit. Everyone does a little bit, start playing the games, start burning the tokens, start introducing them to Mafia, so getting them to play all of our other games across all the different platforms, right? Get them to do that now, because then when things start moving, then really you start to see huge numbers. You know what I mean? If we have double the amount of holders by the time we start to move, guess what happens, guys? Guess, right? That's what we need. Instead of this, please give us this, give us this, give us this. Instead of doing that, put all of that effort into here, have a look at this, have a look at this, have a look at this, right? That's the way you have to think about it. I heard someone talk about it, but I think it was just talking. Yeah, I think that was regarding the, thank you, Richard Hart. Yeah, because I know that all the contracts are still basically up there, and people, people can build on top of this, right? Okay, if you're out there and you're a builder, now, if you are a person watching this on X, there's probably a high chance that that you're not one of the real in-depth community members. You probably just glance across this and you like the sound of my voice or something, I don't know. If you are one of those people, have a look at the projects that we have, right? Scroll up through the chat there. Hex Token put them up there. Superman put them up a few minutes ago. We have like 5 or 6 existing projects, and there's more coming. There's more coming all the time, right? Have a look at what we do. If you are a developer, please look at the contracts, right? Look at the type of tech it is. This isn't just about, who's the most liked person in the community, because they'll get community behind them, right? The stuff that is getting built in this corner, our little corner of Pulse Chain, is pretty much never seen before tech, brand new, even ideas that are out there, things that will offer adoption to Pulse Chain. Now, when I talk about adoption to Pulse Chain, can anybody else out there tell me a bigger onboarding opportunity than we have in the gambling sphere and the gaming sphere, right? Basically, the entertainment sector. Basically, the stuff that Jacob builds is the entertainment sector, right? I don't think that anyone really, I mean, no, okay, sounds a bit patronizing. I don't mean it that way. But if you really sit back and have a look and say, okay, how do we get more eyes on Pulse Chain to pump all our bags, right? What you do is you build a project on Pulse Chain, which is native to Pulse Chain, but has a sister project on a different chain, right? I've heard a bunch of people. I was on the spaces last week with MoneyGang Crypto, put it up. If you're watching, brother, thanks very much. That was a really good stream. They're really good spaces. There was a lot of people on there. And one of the things that really stood out on that for me, I heard people saying, oh, we need to reach out to the Solana community because they have all the memes. We have memes here too, bring them all across, right? There was people saying, oh, let's go over to Arbitrum because they have a lot of projects out there. Or I think it was Arbitrum or Optim. No, it was Arbitrum. They were saying, well, they have a lot of projects out there that they have really good community. We need to bring them over to Pulse Chain. Okay. There was even people talking about BNB. Yes. We engage with the BNB guys because we can get them all over here, right? We already have the projects. We're already doing it, right? We're already doing it, and we're not getting all the love that I think we deserve for what we're doing for PulseChain, for what Jacob is doing for PulseChain. Okay, never seen before tech. Great community, really great community. You guys you're my buddies, man. You guys are absolutely rocking it. We already have projects on other chains, which when they start doing good, we get eyes over on this side, right? That's what this is all about. We are going to be doing more casino projects on different chains. When we go to onchain.bet, guys, onchain.bet is going to be a different animal than what we've seen so far. Okay, so again, not financial advice. You do not have enough BNBP. You do not have enough PLSP, and however many predict tokens you have coming, you don't have enough of those either, right? My advice is have a hard look and say, okay, let's look at some of the big casinos that are out there. Was it Stake? I think it's the biggest one. Again, Superman, I know that you mess around with a lot of these casinos. I'm not really a gambler, but I know that you mess around with a lot of these casinos, and you can tell everyone how big this market is, right? Gambling on chain is massive. To be one of the good casinos takes a lot of effort, but that has always been Jacob's plan. It's always been the plan, right? Create the tech and they will come. Get it out, create the tech, they will come. Then start doing real marketing. Guess what? Then more come, right? Start doing things like offering bets, long-term betting on your favorite sports. Boom, PulseChain has it. You want to play video slots, decentralized video slots, which Jacob has solved. Boom, you can do it, right? You want to play jackpot, player versus player and smart contracts. No signups, no logins, no nothing. Boom, you can do it, right? All of that stuff is already there. All we need is for the community to start pushing that out there. Instead of asking Jacob, give me stuff, how about you think, okay, what can I do to start pumping these bags, right? That's exactly the reason I'm sitting here. I walked into this, I fell into this position doing this because I believe in, and to do a fast Abdul, I'm here for the tech. I mean, I really love it. Right, I love the tech. I love the ideas that come around. I love the fact that DeFi has some. We're still scratching the surface with DeFi. Like we're still scratching the surface with all of this stuff. People just don't know who we are. PulseChain is so new. Or the project is so small. Right now, I can't overstate it. I'm starting to get a bit excited, but I'm getting excited because I have the long-term mindset, where we're going to be this time next year and the year after that, which would be bear market, right? Early bear market, maybe, yeah, early bear market 26. Where are we going to be then? I know where I'm going to be, and it's probably going to be in PUSDxALGO, and I'm going to be playing that thing, and I'm going to have my stability miners going, and I'm going to be minting these flex tokens like no one's business. That's my bear market plan. Not only that, obviously, but I think that's solid. I think that's a solid plan for the bear market, and then watch all these prices come down and then start scooping them all up again. Okay, Bitcoin's dumping right now. Yes, I don't know much about it, but I really believe actually that a lot of this has got to do with the Telegram founder getting nabbed in France. Doesn't it seem that people are trying to keep us pushed down the market? It's trying to break out every time when something happens. It just seems like there's a bigger plan in place, and we're kind of just going along for the ride right now. But when it breaks, we know what happens. The power of the crypto community, when it breaks, it'll break. I think I read something, I think it was yesterday to say that 50% of political donations, I think it was around 50%. I mean, it's probably a bullshit stat to be fair. 50% of political donations are in crypto in America. I mean, I think I read that on X, but I mean, don't believe everything you read. But if that's the case, Why aren't the Democrats helping out more? Archie says, if anyone needs help or advice setting up a family, if you choose not to join the best one, let me know. See, that is what we love. We love community members like that. Hang on, I've got this screen. Community members like that. Let me know what you think about this little screensaver thing. I know I had the mafia picture in the background, but until I do something about my own background here, until I start sorting all that out, I thought I'd jazz it up a bit for you guys. What an opportunity indeed with price down. Yes, it's for me. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. The prices are down. People are crying because the prices are down. I get it. My bags are down too, guys. Right? Some of my biggest bags, I'll tell you, right? I'll be honest with you. Some of my biggest bags are EHEX because QuattroCinco staked all the way out. Not small money. My bags are down. DOWN, down. My bags are down, down, down. But I got my copy on Pulse. QuattroCinco still, hey, it's a long way. 15 years is a long way. Let's just see what happens with this case, right? If anyone thinks that EHEX is dead, realistically, I think you are sadly mistaken. I definitely don't think it's dead at all. Did anyone see the article that came out yesterday? I think there was one positive news article. Everyone's calling it a positive news article about this case, the RH case with the SEC. Someone said that this is like one of the most important cases in for all of crypto. I agree. I absolutely agree. It is. This is phenomenal, right? The SEC dropped their case against Binance. Dropped their case against who was it? Solana, against Ethereum. A bunch of them dropped. I think they have one against Kraken, which is up, but that's different. They're an exchange. But they keep dropping all these cases because they kind of don't really have a leg to stand on. And, you know, dropping the case against Ethereum and then Binance, which is basically Binance is just another fork of Ethereum. Right? Dropping all these cases around us all the time. And they're not really getting, you know, they didn't really get that much publicity, really, dropping the case. It was kind of, oh, we dropped it and swept it under the rug straight away. This RH case is just going to get bigger and bigger, and look, it's September basically next week, right? So it's coming. Time is coming. Fill your bags. Definitely. Okay. My non-financial advice would be, if I was doing this now, if I had $5,000, what would I do? Right. Get your blue chip. Right. So get the core coins. Right. PHEX. I'm not saying anything about EHEX right now. If you don't have EHEX, just get. I mean, you can also buy EHEX on this side, by the way, bridged over. PLS. Yes, you want some PLS. What you want then is, like GIF said, a good project which is tied to PLS, which is tied to it. As Pulse goes up, it jumps up. The PTGC guys showed this quite recently. I think they're flaunting these numbers on nearly every one of their X posts. You know, Pulse went up, Pulse did a 4x, they did a 40x because they're tied to it. Right? Imagine what can happen here. Imagine what can happen here, right? But look at the price of BNB Mafia, right? BNB Mafia is comparatively compared to where we are now, it's down there. But since I last spoke about it, I mean, I think when I was talking to you guys about it a couple of weeks ago, I think the price was around 109. I want to say 193K market cap, right? I think it was around 193 market cap. And that was literally like 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago ish. I think now it's like 370. Is this about 370? I think I was looking today, or actually I only saw it in the Telegram group because we had some buys, right? So look at that. It still needs to do, even if it is 370, right? It still has to do like a 2.5x to get to parity with Pulse Mafia, right? Those numbers are coming. Those numbers are coming fast. They're coming really, really, really fast. The single most important thing we can do collectively is to market the games collectively. Mafia, Pulse, but yes, absolutely. This is, if you think about this whole ecosystem, just push the ecosystem, right? It's kind of a shame, I guess, in a way. I don't really know. It's not really a shame, but it's kind of a shame that originally Jacob lost just Pulse Pot, and I think he lost BNB Pot and then Pulse Pot on Twitter, on X. I think I can't remember what happened. That account got banned or something, suspended, and he had to change it to J Pulse Pot. But moving forward, that won't matter because we're going to have on-chain. But yes, boosting things together, right? Remember, each one of these different projects kind of feeds the other, right? Kind of feeds the other. Now, there's a question that I had, and I'm not sure if it's been answered. I think I brought it up before, but to be honest now, I just remembered it, and I don't think I asked Jacob. The roulette tables on Mafia, will they burn PLSP? Would BNB Mafia, the roulette tables on BNB Mafia, will that burn BNBP? Okay, I need to ask that. I need to ask that because I thought of it a while ago. I brought it up and I never asked them. That was my bad. Archie says, thank you, KvltDeFi, X Token, and everyone else creating content and everyone engaging in that content. Listen, this is what it's about, man. I've really noticed, right, the last let's say a month, actually, the last 3 weeks. The last 3 weeks, I wake up in the morning, I go on X, I search hashtag Mafia, just do a search, look at the latest, and look through and retweet. It takes me 2 or 3 minutes really to read through all the content, have a look, see who's doing it, then look over into Telegrams, see who's posting content over there, so I can chase up on stuff. Every day, the list of things to retweet is getting more and more and more. And that's because you guys are pushing it out there. You guys are really getting it out there. And we just need more of that, right? There will be a lot more streams and AMAs and stuff like that happening for Post Predict and for the casino projects and stuff like that. All of those things will be happening. There's going to be more content coming from me, and I believe there's more content as well going to be coming from Superman around PUSDxALGO, right? Again, because we have so many moving parts, I know it's difficult to focus on one all the time because everything moves so fast. But if you take your focus off one of them and you start doing something else, by the time you look back, it's moved on a hell of a lot, right? It's moved on a hell of a lot. I get that, but isn't it great that we're in the beautiful place of having so many projects? Any one of them can do well by themselves, but collectively, sky's the limit, guys. Sky's the limit. Archie says there are still a lot of people on Pulse Chain to onboard too. Okay, regarding onboarding on Pulse Chain, I do agree with Archie. There's a lot of people out there. What can we do to get those people? I'll ask you, what can we do to get those people, right? Is it streaming with different people? Is it, I doing streams and Jacob doing streams, and we have people like Kool-Aid, who I know has reached out to his entire Rolodex, his Rolodex of buddies that are out there to speak to about, he's specifically talking Mafia, right? There's a lot. Now, another thing, anyone that I've done an AMA with, I can pretty much say anyone. I don't think there's been a single one who, I don't think there has not been even one person who hasn't said, let's do this again. Let's do it again, right? There will be one coming up with St. Wolf Crypto, and that's going to be a PUSDxALGO one because we touched on it on the last stream, right? When I was on with Magic Carpet Ride guys the other day, Triplet Dad, he said, yes, absolutely, let's do it again. Even we were chatting in the green room after the stream. We're going to be doing a stream, we're opening crates, right? These type of things. So we have this groundwork. RH Max, actually, RH Max, we said we were going to do something at the end of this month, and that's rolling around, and it's my bad that I didn't get back to you, buddy, but I will. Yeah, so we have that coming. We have this new streamer that Jacob, or content creator, founder, developer that Jacob's going to be on with again. That'll be more a high level talk, which I think we need also, right? There's a lot of people out there that don't look at just they don't look at this and say, oh yeah, the game is nice and pretty. They want to know really how it works, more the in-depth stuff. The same as when I was on with DJ Cryptomatic, right? There was some questions there that I wasn't able to answer on the spot, so we've been going back and forward and talking to Jacob. Jacob's going to be on with those guys when we get a bit further down the line. I think when Matt comes out, Jacob will be on with them to talk more high level. I know that Jacob is talking to Corey Costa again about doing something again more something high level, right? But the map is really this big stage. When the map comes out, everyone that we streamed before, we can all stream it again, as well as all these new ones, right? So what we're doing, we're streaming and we're building on it, streaming and building on it, streaming and building on it, streaming and building on it. So we're engaging the community. I can tell you, I was quite surprised today, actually, because when PulseBot came around, this is pretty funny for me, actually. Sorry, okay, let me just get wet my whistle. When PulseBot came around and I was pushing out, you know, Jesus, I don't know, 7 or 8 X posts a day. I was tagging everyone. I was tagging all these influencers, and for sure, I pissed some of them off because they blocked me. Right, a lot. I've been blocked by quite a few influencers because I tag them in my posts. I tag and tag and tag, and you know what? If any of you are out there with, I ain't going to stop. I ain't going to stop because you have to at least look at what we're doing. You have to at least look at it. Just refusing to look at it because you're pissed off that you get tagged in a few Twitter posts. Sorry, come on, grow, right? We're trying to do this to pump your bags too, right? And we ain't going to stop. That's just the way it is. This is the war of attrition, and I am going to win. So, but yeah, so I've been blocked by all these people. Today, I was looking on X, and some pretty big influencers in our little, you know, on our little corner of crypto, they started unblocking me. And I think, and actually I reached out in a DM and I said, oh, okay, so I noticed that you've unblocked me. You know, thanks for that, appreciate it. But why? What was the reason why? Right? I believe you blocked me because I was tagging you in all these posts, and it probably pissed you off, realistically, which is fair. But why unblock me now? I haven't got an answer yet because it was literally just a few hours ago when I sent that one person that message. But I believe, I can tell you, and if I get an answer, I'll tell you guys. I believe it's because the Mafia content that we've been pushing out, Mafia is a pretty compelling idea. It's pretty compelling tech. It's pretty compelling just idea, you know, gaming on Pulse Chain. It's all coming, right? If people start unblocking me because they actually see a video pop up in maybe someone else's stream or someone else's post, or they're talking about me, or maybe they've seen any of the YouTubes or anything like that, yeah, that means it's working, right? And if it's working, it's working. I'm going to keep going. So yes, block me if you want. Unblock me if you want. Unblocking me will be better. Yes, yes, exactly. There's still a lot of people on Pulse Chain to onboard too, as Archie said. I think further education tools for those who still don't fully understand. Yes, actually, what happened to the education tools? Oh, I think that was Gusto. Does anyone know what happened to Gusto? He was starting to do all that stuff for us, right? And oh yeah, I remember what happened. Oh, all right, never mind. Archie said on my question, what would you do with $5,000 if you had $5,000? Put it into BNB Mafia. Hey, I'm not a eggs in one basket kind of guy, but if you put $5,000 into Mafia with the Mafia liquidity and stuff, that would be a nice little boost in price. Then again, probably we'll have to see some people start to sell on that. But yeah, look, BNB Mafia is a steal. I think it's a steal. BNBP is a steal. Actually, even PLSP is a steal. It's under $1. It's under $1. Any of these things. Archie says Hex token has an awesome place on PUSDxALGO. Yes, he is. If you have it, actually, I will find it right now and I will post it here. Yeah, anyone out there that doesn't know about PUSDxALGO, Jacob has a project which is currently in sacrifice. So if it's a thing you want to sacrifice, check the pinned link on my Twitter. It says it there. On my X, it says it there. Have a look. It's called PUSDxALGO. It's a multi-token ecosystem where the peg of the stablecoin is reinforced by stability miners, and stability miners can be set up by the community. That's kind of the crux of it. But if you want to go into detail, I need to find. It's this playlist. Yes, PUSD. Yeah, so it's held up by stability miners, right? It's quite a fun ecosystem, and it's going to be around for a while. Now, I have the belief there. I hope you can all see that. I have the belief that PUSDxALGO has the potential to be the first pulse chain product. Actually, I don't want to say the first because one of them might have already happened, but regardless, I believe it's going to be a flagship product for pulse chain, right? Because it fixes the problems that all these other stable coins have, right? When there was a working prototype on the website, right? PulseChain.usd.io. The working prototype showed the stability miners and how the stability miners kept the peg, and it worked so well. It really worked so well that peg, it looked like a dead line, you know, boop, 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 boop. It looked like that. It was so stable. It was, and even I think Superman on one of his streams, he compared it to some of the others stable coins that are out there. Not saying anything wrong with them. Love you guys. You're in it for the tech, same as me. But it was quite interesting that this thing, it was absolutely perfect, and that was just a prototype. So have a look. Two things to onboard onto Pulse Chain. One, layer the messaging in different ways, not the same format, not the same people. Yes. Number two, provide value to those sub-communities. Join them, provide value in their, yes. On their terms, once the values have been provided, then people will be open to hear about things like Mafia. Yes, hey, I know that you guys are in lots of other communities, right? And I know a lot of you guys that are in other communities. You have, you know, I'm in so many Telegram channels. If a new project comes out on Pulse Chain, I join the Telegram just to find out what's going on, right? Find out, you know, how everyone's doing. I'm not as active in some of those chats as others, right? I'm even admin in some of the other ones, but it's just projects that I like, right? But you can't just go into these Telegram chats and start spamming about, you know, start spamming links to all of our stuff, because you'll get blocked, right? That happened to me too in the beginning a while ago. A lot of these, you know, just get kicked out of these channels. But if you are an active member in some of the other projects because you like that other project and you're invested, why not just speak to your community, right? I'm not in any of these other communities as much as I am in our own ones with you guys, but I don't see the camaraderie that I see in a lot of these other telegrams than we have in our own telegrams. I don't see it. I think we're a different breed in our own protocol telegram. So we kind of really are. I see something really unique about us. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the way I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe I'm seeing things that aren't there. But I really believe that we have such an opportunity. It's just, it drives me kind of insane that people aren't talking about it more. Mafia is one of the most complex coding scenarios. Yes. Yeah, Mafia is, again, Mafia is a beast. It's a different animal. Okay, there is a link. I hope you guys can copy that. I mean, that came out kind of looking kind of weird. I don't know why it posted it twice either. So, let me delete that one. There we go. So yeah, like really, guys. Hey, okay, we're over an hour, so I will kind of cut this. If you are watching on Telegram, or sorry, if you're watching on X, follow me, please. By following me, you'll see the posts I put up, because they'll be coming up many a day, many reposts a day, and you'll see a lot of the project Twitters. Visit us on Telegram, t.me/PLS Mafia, t.me/BNB Mafia Game. I'll show you here. I can't really go through all of them because there's like 5 different ones. But if you're in one, find me and look at shared groups, and you'll see everything I'm in. You'll see all the groups I'm in. Right. Really, thank you for watching. This is something that I want to do for you guys all the time. I love chatting to you guys, and I don't know why it is. Whenever I get towards the end, I start to see the viewer numbers start to increasing. It's like people are like, "Oh, he's been on for more than an hour. There must be some good information going on," and it keeps happening that way. If you are just watching here on YouTube, please share this. Right. Do me a favor, clip it, send it out there. You're free to clip any of the content that we do. I have a lot more things coming. I have a lot more actually, I think I have a video. I'll try to put it up tomorrow. I think I have a last bit of editing to do, but I'll put it up tomorrow, and that's really going to be sort of like an education thing on how to create a character, how to open crates, how to send crates to people, blah 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 blah. It's really a mafia centric type thing. We have all of that coming. There's a lot of things coming in the pipeline. There really is. There's so much going on, guys. Wow. It's difficult for me to bite my tongue and not tell you everything. But I'm not saying that because, okay, I'll tell you one thing. I haven't been told not to, but I haven't been given permission to. I haven't asked to be permission. But I'll tell you one thing, okay? Now, because now we've got the most viewers we've had so far. Okay, I can tell you, Jacob is talking to some exchanges about listing Mafia. And we all know exchanges don't like listing tax tokens, blah, 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 blah. Well, some don't mind. Some see the vision. Some are following us to see what we're doing. And listen, if exchanges are starting to reach out to us because they notice what we're doing everything right. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. But I can tell you this: there are some exchanges that are interested, and not a little crappy little exchanges either. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. So, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because I want you to start doing that now. I said before, don't do it, but now I want you to do it, right? Because I want you to start watching all this content. Share what we do. Every morning when you wake up, search on X, hashtag Mafia, and share all of the posts that you guys are putting out. There's so many posts coming out. You guys are awesome. I love every single one of you. You're all doing a great job. We're going to get there in the end. Like I say, keep doing, chip away, chip away, chip away, chip away, chip away, and we will get there in the end. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Much love, y'all. Appreciate time and energy. Thank you. Thank you very much. You guys keep doing what you're doing. There you are, Archie. That's a little snippet for you, brother. Okay, so that's it, guys. Hey, place your bets on Trump versus Harris. Right now, more people are betting on Harris, 7-5. Don't really like that. I don't really like that. That's just me. 5K. If you have 5K, if you have 5K just hanging around, buy some Mafia. This is a good idea. Not financial advice, but if you have an extra 5K and you want to turn that into 12K, then listen to last week's update where I told you how to turn 5K to 12K. Basically, PLSP sacrifice is open. I have a referral link which is 20%. So if you have 5K, use my referral link. That automatically turns into 6K, right? Then, because you're doing more than $1,000, you get up to a 2x multiplier on top of that. So if you're lucky enough to get the 2x, now you've turned 6 into 12. Okay, use the link in the pin message. That's it. Guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you and greetings from the Netherlands. Hey, European, you're up very late. Go to sleep, get some rest.